Good morning guys, and welcome to this week's video. If this is your first time visiting our channel, and if the words Farmhouse Decor, Joanna Gaines, or Fixer Upper makes your heart melt, make sure you hit the subscribe button. I promise you, you won't be disappointed. And if you were one of our first 100 subscribers, thank you so much for your support. We finally hit that goal this week and we are beyond excited. If you would leave us a comment down below and tell us why you subscribe, I guarantee you I will get back to every single one of you. This week's video is a little bit different. It's with my friend Rachel at the Frugal Farmhouse. We both accepted the same challenge of creating a video together of doing a vintage antique farmhouse decor haul. If you like our channel, you'll like hers too. She does a lot of DIY projects, a lot of antique hauls, decor hauls, sometimes even clothing hauls.
Hi, it's Rachel from the Frugal Farmhouse. Be sure to stop by my channel and check out how I turn some of these antique mason jars into a farmhouse-worthy centerpiece.
Alright, let's get started into this video. So the first item this week on this vintage antique farmhouse decor haul is going to be this typewriter. Now, the typewriter itself is a true antique. I picked it up at a store for about 40 bucks, which is, I personally feel like a steal. I've seen them, range from anywhere from maybe $40 to $100. But what we're gonna do with this item is place it in our office. Our office has, it's gonna have dueling desk stations. And so in the center, we're gonna place this in the center of the desk, we're gonna place it in the middle. Now to elevate it a little bit more in a decor aspect, I'm gonna stack a few vintage old books behind it and take a sugar mold and sit the sugar mold on top of the books. That way we have a place to display pens, pencils, scissors, letter openers, etc. Now the next item I picked up from this haul is this fan. I am a sucker for anything vintage that still actually works. This fan I picked up at an antique store in Goliad, Texas for about 60 bucks. That's pretty good because I've seen these things on Etsy running from like 80 to, geez, maybe even almost $200. So when I saw this one, I tried it out. It worked perfectly fine, and I was basically sold. We're gonna actually sit this in our master bedroom on a nightstand on my side of the bed. I'm the type of person that I like to be cold at night, and it's not real practical to run an entire house at 68 or 66 degrees, at which is like the perfect temperature for me. So I always, my entire life, have had a fan. So when I saw this fan, I was sold. And the thing about it is, just like the typewriter, black is very in right now if you're trying to achieve that farmhouse look. So it has a black finish on it with the silver blades. It also has like some type of like, almost like bird's egg or teal looking color in the center, and it's a newly wired fan, because that was important to me too. I didn't want something that was going to be a fire hazard, so yeah, I would definitely say that this was a steal. Now you're probably thinking, Justin, it is the end of March, what are you doing with Christmas decor? The truth is, I went to an estate sale this past Friday and I saw this and fell in love. Now there's so many different things you can do with this, but as soon as I saw that it was only $5 for a hand-carved or cut-out item, how can you turn that up? I mean, it's already naturally distressed, so it already has that farmhouse kind of look. That's why I always tell people, always look for something different, especially if it's cheap, like $5 for this. There's even a little bit more down way, but I can't fit it on the camera. I mean, this thing is almost 4 feet long. Now what I plan on doing with this item is a couple different things. I'm obviously gonna clean it up a little bit. I might actually distress it a little bit more. And I want to either put it on a coffee table, our dining room table, which is a big farmhouse style table, or put it on top of our big bookshelf. You can see that bookshelf if you go to my Instagram at Texas Magnolia Home. I purchased it about 2 months ago. As soon as I saw it, I fell in love and I knew that we had to have it for our house. Now what else you can do with this is intertwine garland throughout the feet at the bottom, or lighted garland would be kind of cool too if it was like on top of a bookshelf. Then take variations of levels of miniature Christmas trees. And I like the ones that are typically, naturally green, either frosted or the solid white ones. And you know, gold right now is kind of coming back in, especially in Christmas decor. So even if there were a variation of trees, you could make this a candy dish if it was on top of your coffee table. I don't know. I'm so excited. For $5, this was a find. Now this next item is another estate sale find. I picked this up at the same estate sale as the previous Christmas decor that I just showed you. What I loved about this is my husband actually is a school teacher. So in his summers, he's talked about, okay, well, maybe I should get my driver's ed certification. And I can do that on the summers to keep me busy. So as soon as I saw this, even though he hasn't confirmed if he's gonna do that for sure or not yet, I knew we had to have it. Especially in our office, I think is where we're gonna place this because it has a ton of windows. You can also see those on my Instagram as well. But what we're going to do is we're gonna paint all the trim whites, and then we're gonna do this what's called Naval by Sherwin-Williams. It's a really deep blue, it's rich in color. We love it. So I thought that this yellow accent would look great in that room. Now this next item is probably one of my most favorite items to find. I found it at the estate sale as well. It was the last item that I found. And I personally believe when decorating in a farmhouse decor style, it is only appropriate to find vintage items that are actually local vintage items. This map, which is a county appraisal district map of the city of Kennedy, was made in 1951, and it was a survey that they had ran of all the properties. Now, what I'm probably gonna do with this map is take it somewhere and professionally get it framed. So if anybody has any ideas, please let me know. What I'll probably use this item for though, inside of our house, is probably put it in the center of like a gallery wall. Take around it a lot of other local vintage items that I can find to create like a historic type gallery wall within our house that has to do with either the city of Kennedy or Karnes County in general. Now this next item, yes, I know, is another Christmas type item. It was a sleigh that I picked up in Austin, Texas at an antique mall. Now what I liked about this item particularly is it's a natural wood color, true vintage piece. And if you're anything like me, you always want to have the next best Christmas tree when it comes to Christmas. It's probably one of the most inspirational holidays to decorate for. So what I think I'm doing with this is I'm gonna set it next to our Christmas tree and stack on top of and around a Christmas presents, probably like a packing paper type color. The neutrals really fit with our Christmas tree, so I can't wait to get this put into our home around Christmas time to show you guys what it looks like with our Christmas tree. Now my last item, no, I did not pick it up at an estate sale. I was actually mowing our grass, and there was a pile of bricks and junk that was at the corner of my father-in-law's property where we're currently living while our house is still being renovated. And I was mowing and I saw this and I was like, wow, that's awesome. That could totally be something else. And that's another thing I tell people, always look for something different, something vintage. And if it doesn't serve its original purpose now, you can always find a way to repurpose it in your home. Now, the story on this piece is it was my husband's great-grandparents' farmhouse weather vane that was on the top of it. And so I was like, that is so neat. Obviously, I'm a farmhouse decor enthusiast. So when I saw this, I was like, okay, how can I fix it? And what can I do with it? See, it's actually a rooster that went on top of here. It must have broke, and so it would signal around, and then the north, south, east, and west would indicate which direction the wind was blowing. So what I'm probably gonna do with this is have it cut down a little bit, and I'm gonna get a friend of mine who welds to reattach this back on top, and then I'm probably gonna sand it down and clean it up, and then get like a wrought iron or flat black type spray paint and spray paint it and probably set it like, you know, on a coffee table, an end table, a bookcase, a dresser. I'm not really sure yet, but I just thought it was really neat to actually have a piece of history like this going into our new home that has just been in James's family for a very long time. Alright guys, well that's about it. Make sure to check out the Frugal Farmhouse and let me know what you think about her channel. She loves finding new different subscribers who enjoy her content. She's been doing it for a while, so she has tons of videos that you can check out. And if you're a new subscriber, hit that like button, subscribe to our channel, turn your notifications on, and let us know what you thought about this video. You can also find more content on my Facebook page at Texas Magnolia Home, as well as our Instagram page at Texas Magnolia Home. And that's about it. Bye guys, and until next week, we'll see you later.